So everything that Engsolve does benefits Powerhouse, and I think what it allows us to do is give the market a much larger offering than just being a technology provider.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is Powerhouse Energy CEO Paul Emmitt. Paul, very good to speak with you. You put out an update on Engsolve yesterday. Could you talk us through it?
Yeah, of course. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think that we're in a very strong position with Engsolve at the moment. We were historically a £1 to £1.5 million turnover company. Within this first 4 months of this year, we've secured over £1 million in contracts that will all be completed in this financial year. And I think the crux of this is twofold, really. There's the return clients that we're seeing, but there's also the new clients that have come from things like the Capital Markets Day that we had with Powerhouse. So at the moment, we've announced, as you saw yesterday, the National Hydrogen Feed, which is a Powerhouse contract. We're nearly up to completion on that job. That'll be completed sort of the end of May, first week of June. The feed report's complete. During the period of the feed, we've also undertaken some of the planning and permitting work. So we've made a nice step forward on that job from both an Engsolve and a Powerhouse perspective. One of our big wins was the owner's engineer for waste fuel, American company, doing green bioethanol. Luckily, the client I had worked with in the past, so that's come through past relationships. And we've got 3 or 4 engineers on that job for their first plant in Turkey, which is a really good win for us. It's new tech. It's with a large American company. They're using a large EPC, so it gives us a lot of contacts in the market as well. The design and build of a pilot scale aluminium recycling facility, which is a bit of a mouthful, but that came 100% off the back of the Capital Markets Day. The client came to see the feedstock testing unit, saw the work that we'd undertaken, and asked us to help him in the same way, basically. It's a confidential client at the moment, but we will announce more of that as we move forward. And then the ongoing relationship we have with Trimtads. They're growing rapidly, and with them being based here in the Bridgend offices with us, we are growing with them. I've had to add more staff in to support them, and that will continue throughout 2025 and probably into 26. So, yeah, so it's been a really good start of the year. There's nothing I can complain about, really, from an Engsolve perspective. So it's been good.
Can you give us an idea of what's driven it?
Yeah, and I mean, I get asked this a lot. So Engsolve doesn't really market or hasn't marketed historically. We are starting to. So most of this is from past relationships, either repeat clients or past relationships. And I think that the open day we held here for the Powerhouse feedstock testing unit has opened a number of doors for Engsolve, but also for Powerhouse Group as a whole, really. You know, it's anything that we do benefits Powerhouse, and it just cements the fact that we've got this engineering expertise in-house.
What do you mean when you say Engsolve is independent, as it's your 100% subsidiary?
I knew you'd read this. Okay, so the reason I refer to it as independent is because Engsolve has to remain technology agnostic. We can't be tied to the provision of the DMG technology only. Otherwise, we'll just get no third-party revenue in. So the reason I call it independent is because we run the business with essentially Chinese walls between Engsolve and Powerhouse, which allows us to work with clients that would be classed as competitors to Powerhouse. But what this allows us to do is grow the market segment. There's a lot of companies out there that, you know, maybe investors and shareholders would see as competition, but really somebody has to be first. And if we can be a part of that in any way, then that's great as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I'm concerned for Powerhouse as well. You know, we need other companies out there generating the same sort of revenues and the same type of equipment as we are. And, you know, Engsolve are perfectly set to help with that.
Paul, what does this all mean for Powerhouse?
Yeah, so what this really means for Powerhouse is it proves the group's engineering credentials, but also proves to our potential Powerhouse clients that we've got this in-depth capability within the group. It allows us to offer a greater offering to potential clients where we can offer feed, conceptual design, feasibility, planning and permitting support, all the way through to feed. So everything that Engsolve does benefits Powerhouse. And I think what it allows us to do is give the market a much larger offering than just being a technology provider. By growing both teams, I add to total staff numbers, but it also allows me to add different skill sets into the business. And then really, I just think, to finish off, one thing I'd say is that the annual report will be available in a few weeks, which will help us, which provide a review of 2024, along with a strategy to take PHE forward, which hopefully fill some of the gaps in for our investors and shareholders.
That's Paul Emmitt, CEO of Powerhouse Energy.